Welcome, everybody. I'm glad to see you here. I've been listening to Love Potion number 9 all day today, and there's a couple versions out there. I've chosen the Searchers version. So there are a couple changes to the chords that are in the book here, and I don't know if you tried to play this already, but it sounds a bit strange to me the way it is in the book. So let's just start with a few edits here. First of all,
what page is it? Sorry.
155.
155, big yellow.
Do you want us to mute? Steve?
You wouldn't have to. No, you can unmute because I want spontaneous questions to come up, but don't noodle. The mic picks up everything you do. You might get a pencil, something to write on the music because you're going to want to make these notes. I'll make sure everybody's got one there. So there's just a couple words that need to be different here. The first line, I took my troubles down to Madame Rue. It's Rue, not Ruth. It's R-U-E.
Right.
So this used to mess me up when I'd sing it. I'd go, what? Wait a minute. That's not what I remember. But I did check my memory, just to, how when we were kids, if we couldn't understand the lyrics, we'd make something up. So I checked today to see, okay, so I took my troubles down to Madame Rue. Okay, so by the third line, it says she's got a storefront. Well, I've never heard that version in my life. Okay, so she's got a pad down on. So change storefront at to pad down on. So she's got a pad down on 34th and Vine. Right? Good. All right. So now we're going to shoot on down to the B. She bent down, turned around, and gave me a wink. She said, I'm going to make it up, not mix it up. She said, I'm going to make it up right here in the sink. So change mix to make. Then it will sound like what you heard when you were growing up. So I took my troubles down to Madame Rue. She's got a pad down on 34th and Vine. She said, I'm going to make it up right here in the sink. Okay, now. All those G7s that you see, those are all going to be G minors. So G7 doesn't ever happen in the song. They're all G minors. So we've got D minors and we've got G minors. So that's a nice global change. Now, when you get down to the end of the first verse, you see where there's first ending and second ending and that kind of stuff. The beginning of that line, they show a G7. That is not there. It's still a D minor. So cross out that G7. It's in the first ending of the first verse there, down around 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fifth line from the top of the page. So that G7 becomes a D minor. And so this means that there are no G7s anywhere in the song. Okay. Now the sixth line, the one just below where you were, there's an E minor. You want to change that to an E. So it's an E instead of an E minor. And that's it. So all G7s become G minors. We've changed the G7 in the fifth line to a D minor in the first ending, and we changed the E minor to an E. All right. Now, we've got something that's going to actually sound like the song. Okay, so I'll just do it here briefly. I took my problems down to Madame Rue. You know that gypsy with the gold tattoo. She's got a pad down at 34th and Vine, selling little bottles of love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been that way since 1956. Look at my palm and I made a magic sign. Said what I need was love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna make it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like India ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes. Actually, that should have been 2 hits. What's that chord? I held my nose, I closed my eyes. A7. I held my nose, I closed my eyes. I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I was kissing everything inside. But when I kissed her cob down on 34th and Vine, broke my little bottles of love potion number 9. Okay, cool. Now, so let's do that cool intro. It only happens at the intro, but it's such a signature part of the song. So what you want to do is kind of get your finger set up for the D minor shape, regular D minor. But before you start, you're just going to lift all your fingers off slightly, and you're going to do 1 stroke without your fingers on the chord and the next stroke with them. So it ends up being, sorry, yeah, D minor. Off, on. So that'll be for the intro. I took my problems down to, and easy to keep track of because you're going to start before you even sing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I took my problems down to Mad. So the next one, when you say the word to, like to Madame Rue, that's when you do your first stroke of G minor. Now, the first stroke of G minor is just without the first finger. Second stroke is with the first finger. So it's a lot easier than the D minor. It's just off, on. And the words that are going to be corresponding to that are to Madame Rue, to Mad. So it's off, on. So let's just try that much. So we're going to start on count number 1. I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll start. 1, 2, 3, 4. I took my problems down to Madame Rue. You know that gypsy with the, so when you say the word the, like the gold tattoo, the gold. G minor without first finger, the gold capped tooth. The gold capped tooth. Okay. So let's try that again. Maybe slow it down just a hair. 1, 2, 3, 4. I took my problems down to Madame Ruth. I know that gypsy with the gold tap. That's a word I changed when I was a kid. Sorry. You know the gypsy with the gold cap tooth. Good. So when you get to Madame Ruth, Madame Ruth, I took my problems down to Mad. Yeah, that's the word there. To Madame Ruth. You know the gypsy with the gold, right? The gold cap tooth. So that'll start to sound like what you heard growing up. So that's cool. Now, once we get past that, it's just going to be regular calypso strum. For those of you that need a little review, remember it's going to be a strum and then a kind of with your thumb is best. Just kind of prolong that stroke. Some of you I know just do a little like that. So that's fine too, just so long as you have that little thing that happens at the second stroke. What you don't want is, don't want that. You want to kind of prolong it. Okay. Let's see what comes up next here. You'll see that selling little bottles of A7, one stroke, don't play after that. So there's a tacit. You see NC there. That's the same as tacit. So A7 right there is just going to be one stroke. And then you're going to say love potion number 9.